What if I told you that achieving huge goals is a lot easier than you think? You want to achieve great things in life, but it's so overwhelming it's hard to keep trying. You still procrastinate on big tasks, and trust me dude, I understand because I used to be right there with you. I literally thought about starting this YouTube channel for a full 2 years before actually starting. But once I broke this core belief, procrastination was never a problem for me again. I was one mindset shift away from skyrocketing my progress in the gym, in studying, and with all of my habits. And today, hopefully, I can help you do the same. In case you're wondering who the fuck is this guy and why should I listen to him, my name is Gabe Serna, and I'm just a dude like you that's trying his best to improve and sharing the lessons I've learned along the way. I went from being a degenerate video gamer that sits in bed all day watching anime, jacking off to hentai, to a fairly in-shape dude that can focus deeply and doesn't struggle with procrastination. Now, I'm not perfect. Literally, every single time I sit down to record one of these videos, I get a bunch of anxious thoughts of, what if my parents upstairs hear me and what would they think of me? Every single time this happens, dude, like even right now. But hey, we're all striving for crazy things because we're ambitious young men with big fucking dreams, and we're on the path to getting there together. So the core belief that I needed to change to destroy my procrastination is actually taught in the second episode of My Hero Academia, and you probably missed it. If you remember, Bakugo was captured by the sludge villain that All Might had previously captured, but lost. Deku feels responsible for this incident because All Might lost it while he was distracted worrying about him. But Deku is quirkless and he can't really do anything about the situation. All Might is also at the incident, but he's past his time limit, so it's too painful to go into muscle form and save Bakugo. Both Deku and All Might want to save him, but are paralyzed. That was until Deku's body reacted on its own and he suddenly ran out. Everyone thought he had a death wish or that he was stupid, but the truth was, he couldn't stop. Deku was scared out of his fucking mind. He quickly racked his brain to think of what to do and actually made an attack on the villain. He was doing it. He was doing it. He was being a hero. All Might saw all of this and realized how pathetic he was. Here was a quirkless kid risking his life to be a hero, while the #1 hero in the entire country stood by watching. That was unacceptable. Inspired by Deku's actions, All Might worked up the courage to save Bakugo and push through the pain of his injury. Through the combined effort of the strongest hero and the weakest boy, they were able to save the day. If making progress on your goals got easier with time, All Might would have never hesitated. Sure, he had his injury which caused him pain after his time limit, but Deku had to fight through the mental pain of fear, doubt, and not knowing what to do. To both of them, their pain was paralyzing. In order to defeat this villain, All Might needed to push through the pain. The same pain that Deku had pushed through. In that moment, Deku, a quirkless high schooler, was more courageous than the #1 hero. Clearly, it's just as difficult for All Might as it is for Deku to be courageous. And this isn't some lesson that I just pulled out of my ass or anything. There's this book, Principles, by Ray Dalio, who is a billionaire investor, and he wrote, "The Olympic athlete finds his sport to be every bit as challenging as the novice does." If you really think about it, it kind of makes sense, right? The Olympic athlete is practicing the most advanced techniques out there, pushing their bodies to the limit. The novice, while unable to do anything impressive, is still pushing themselves to their limit to learn the fundamentals. This is because the challenges progress with your skill level. Let me draw it out for you. If we have a graph where one axis is your skill in some discipline, and the other axis is how challenging a task is, if you're making progress in that discipline, then the graph should look like a straight line. As your skill level increases, so does the challenge. If you increase your skill, but the challenge stays the same, then you'll get kind of bored. Think of One Punch Man. He's basically level 99, constantly fighting level 2 opponents. On the other hand, if the challenge increases while your skill level stays the same, then this is the zone where you'll get incredibly frustrated and probably give up. If you want to make progress, your task should match your skill level, or if anything, it should actually push you a little bit. Think back to when you first started working out. Remember how difficult it was to just do the most basic movements? I remember when I first started, I was genuinely too weak to do regular push-ups, so I started off doing knee push-ups. And let me tell you, dude, those knee push-ups were fucking intense. I was at basically level 0 in fitness, so I started out doing a level 1 exercise. After a few weeks, I gained some XP and was now at level 3, which is just to say, I got stronger. At that point, I graduated to doing regular push-ups, a level 5 exercise. You see how no matter how good you get at something or how much progress you make, you're always pushing yourself and it's always difficult. The work never gets easier. Now, you might think, oh, that fucking sucks if the work's never gonna get easier. But hiding in plain sight was the true lesson that will destroy your procrastination for good. So, if we have to push ourselves to make progress from the beginning, and that's the same process that the masters are doing, then that means by getting through level 1, you developed the exact skill that will get you to level 99. You are closer to reaching your goals than you think, dude. Right now, you've made a bit of progress, but it's starting to slow down. You look at everything left for you to do, and it's daunting. Sure, you've gotten to level 20, but getting to level 70 feels impossible. Guess what, dude? You seem to believe that the work is supposed to get easier at some point. You think that working hard is something that stops once you achieve your goal, but that's just not true. I'll say it again. The Olympic athlete finds his sport to be every bit as challenging as the novice does. You already know what it's like to push yourself and what it feels like to make progress doing that. You have the exact skill you need to achieve your wildest dreams. If you just continually push yourself a little bit beyond what's comfortable, you will inevitably reach your goals. With this new mindset, you can work towards your goals with certainty. You don't need to guess whether you're on the right path anymore. You know, I don't think anybody has ever looked back and regretted working really hard on something. Just imagine how great you will feel after you've grinded for months or years and you've finally achieved your goal. You look at yourself in the mirror and you're proud of the body you've built. You sit down for work and your mind is crystal clear. The days where you had to resist the urge to scroll on social media or resist jacking off to porn are long gone. With this mindset that we've talked about, you can achieve that. Right now, just like Deku, you're at the beginning of your journey and you're striving to reach huge goals. But you understand that All Might, who has reached those goals, struggles just as much as you. You've pushed through level 1, so you have the exact skill required to get to level 99. This understanding gives you the confidence and peace of mind to know that you can make it. Now, imagine how easy it would be to reach your goals if you had a community of like-minded brothers supporting you every step of the way. We aren't like everyone else. While everyone is content mindlessly scrolling on TikTok and staying mediocre, we are working hard to reach big fucking goals. If you want to be around guys like this, then I invite you to join Protagonist Academy. This is a Discord server for ambitious young men to support each other on our self-improvement journeys. If you've gotten this far through the video, I know that you would fit in really well with us, dude. Come on, click on the first link in the description to join Protagonist Academy today. We look forward to seeing you inside, dude. And remember, you are the protagonist of your own story.